Hey everybody, James Brierton here from the History of News with our very first news brief. Just a quick update to let you know about some real-time history of news that is being made today, the 25th of October 2017. CBS announcing that Jeff Glor will take over responsibilities as the anchor of the CBS Evening News. He will become the 7th anchor on that 55-year-old flagship newscast for the CBS network. He will take over before the end of the year. That will allow Anthony Mason, who has been polling double, triple duty, if you will, covering the weekday broadcasts of the CBS Evening News on top of his regular reporting and weekend duties as anchor of CBS This Morning Saturday. So Anthony Mason will return to some of those full-time duties.
And I will finally get a day off.
That will allow Jeff Glor to come in as the main permanent anchor of the CBS Evening News. As you may recall, CBS released Scott Pelley from the CBS Evening News, put him back full-time on 60 Minutes earlier this year. So there's kind of been this interim window while CBS was waiting to announce who, in fact, they were going to put in to that 6:30 chair. Not too surprised to hear it's Jeff Glor. You may recall that he was the weekend anchor of CBS Evening News Weekend Edition before they folded that evening weekend broadcast into CBSN. So he kind of went away from doing that, and they relied on the CBS crew and talent to host those broadcasts. You also may remember, speaking of CBSN, that Jeff Glor was the initial PM weekday anchor of the 24-hour streaming network. He anchored that for a short bit and then again disappeared. So he's been a little bit kind of off the radar, and that was the only hesitation I had on whether or not I thought they were going to put Jeff Glor in that chair, but sure enough they are, which does follow the pretty typical going from the weekend to the main chair. That happens fairly regularly across the business, especially at 6:30, most recently before Jeff Glor with Lester Holt over at NBC. So Jeff Glor will take over before the end of the year. He will be the youngest of the anchors on the big three evening newscast, going up against David Muir and Lester Holt. And coming up in a few weeks right here in this show, we're going to be deep diving on the history of those evening newscasts across all three big networks. So if you want to know when that video hits, be sure to subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns that you want us to look into specifically with regards to those evening newscasts, now's a great time. Leave them in the comments of this video, and we'll use those as we are researching that upcoming episode. As always, thanks for subscribing, and we will see you again real soon.